being 5'9" and under actually works in your favor once you become jacked. And you're probably thinking, no, that there's no way women will choose someone that's a short person. You know what I mean? And listen, I can't talk from experience because I'm not actually 5'9", I'm actually 6 foot. But I do have friends that are short and they still get bitches, right? And you're probably thinking like, oh yeah, like women just don't like guys that are short. They prefer taller people. Don't get me wrong, right? That might be true in some circumstances, but truthfully, if you want to actually maximize what God has given you, right? Being short is not an excuse. That's the truth. You got to see yourself as a character. Imagine you've got all these levels like strength, health, skin, finance, career, all these things as like a level up bar, right? You've not maxed out you even being in shape. You've not maxed out your grooming. You've not even maxed out what hairstyle suits you, right? What facial hair actually suits your face. So for you to say, oh yeah, I've tried to speak to women, but they just keep saying I'm short, that's bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. I'm gonna tell you guys actually a story, right? Of when me and my two boys actually went out, and you know what? I'll just get straight into it, right? So basically, we went over to a bar, right? And there was three of us. There's me, my two boys, and one of them is like 5'10", and the other one's like 5'7". So as we walked over, right, we're just chilling at the bar area. I've ordered myself a Red Bull because again, I don't. I mean, I think you guys know now. I don't drink, right? So I've ordered myself a Red Bull. These guys are just chilling at the bar. We've seen like a group of girls, right, over on this like other table, and they're just enjoying themselves, having a glass of wine, and another one's got like a tequila shot. We've started to notice them actually start looking in our direction, right? So my boys turn around and tell me, yo, obviously these girls they're onto us, you know what I'm saying, right? But he goes to me, right? Again, he's clever, right? He goes to me, but the small one, the petite one, I'm gonna go for that one because again, the other girl's a bit tall, innit? You know what I'm saying? So she's probably not gonna choose him, right? So he already knew like his target, right? He already knew like, alright, cool, he's gonna actually speak to the petite one. Anyway, so I've kind of like called them over like this, right? They've come over. Like we're in a group now. There's like three of us. There's two of them, right? So it's like a six-way. It's not a six-way, but yeah, like, we're in a group. And straight away we're all in a conversation, right? Again, we're not having like individual conversations. We're just kind of like in like this little group meeting where we're just kind of just talking to each other, getting to know each other, whatever, right? And again, my boy, the short one, he literally puts his hand out in front of the short girl, right? But the petite girl, and she literally grabs his hand and he pulls her over, right? So my point is, it's not that men that are short can't get women. The difference is, obviously, you have to make your right choices, right? You have to do the maths. You don't want to look up to a girl, do you? Let's be honest, right? So why would you even go for the taller girl? Not saying that you can't get tall girls, but I'm saying you wouldn't even like that anyway, right? So you want to find women that are actually either your same height or even shorter than you. That's the truth, right? And you can still do it. Again, my boy, again, he's in great shape. He's lean, right? And he takes care of himself. That's the truth. And that's why he's able to still bag girls, right? So being short is definitely not an excuse, right? Because he's literally a prime example of that. But there's something that he almost always does because he doesn't have to see with me, right? There's a big difference. I don't have to say too much when it comes to attracting women and whatnot. But when you have a disadvantage, especially in height, that means you have to have other categories that are way more better than just being tall. I'm talking about your confidence. I'm talking about your dress sense. I'm talking about how you carry yourself, the way that you talk. Maybe you're funny, right? Maybe you know how to dance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what actually works for you. That's the truth, right? So it's not just about, oh yeah, being tall, or only tall guys get girls. No, that's completely BS. If you take care of yourself, you get in shape, you build your confidence, right? And you have a couple of things that you kind of naturally stand out, you're going to stand out way more than every other short guy, right? That's how you got to see it. Is you need to max out your whole character in every aspect. Because I know, like, I get so many people like sending me messages, right? They're saying, "Oh, like, I've tried speaking to women, but they always say that I'm too short. I wouldn't go for you." You're choosing the wrong women, and on top of that, you've not actually not developed your character, right? You still need to work on your physique. You still need to get in shape. You're probably still skinny, or you've tried getting in shape, but you're not even stay consistent with yourself. So yeah, so you're lacking confidence. You've not maxed out your appearance. Your dress sense is probably just normal to basic. Not saying that it has to be expensive, but you've not got like your own style. You need to figure out what works in your favor, right? You have to play with the cards that you was dealt with. That's the truth. There's nothing wrong with short men. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with them. The difference is you've just not maxed out your abilities. That's what you need to do. Again, even my guy, my boy, again, as I mentioned, he's in great shape, takes care of himself, right? Takes care of his skin. He's confident. I say why he's confident, because he goes to the gym. He has that self respect. He trusts his own words. Every time he says he's gonna go do something, he goes and he does it, right? And to be frank with you, most of you lot probably you've not even surrounded yourself with a lot of females, so you don't know how females naturally work. You don't know how, because again, females are a completely different creature. Their nature is completely different to how us men operate. We operate completely differently, right? But the only way that you're going to actually learn how to be around females is by literally putting yourself in the deep end and literally just being surrounded by girls, by speaking to them more often, see what works, see what doesn't work, right? I'm talking about cold approaching women too, right? If you can't build that attention, the first thing that you need to do is, again, is work on yourself, right? Build your confidence. How do you build your confidence? By making small promises to yourself and actually executing on them promises, building results in the gym, staying consistent, right? And then on top of that, also approaching girls and speaking to them. Not in like a weird, creepy way, but just get to know them. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Because the more you put yourself in the deep and the more you'll start to understand what truly works for you. There's no such thing as being too short, right? Obviously, unless you're a dwarf, you know what I'm saying? But even dwarfs get girls because they're looking for other dwarfs. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You gotta find your caliber of women, right? Maybe they're more petite, they're a bit shorter, right? Still beautiful, but they're a bit smaller than you, right? I'm telling you the truth. Being short is not an excuse. It's definitely not an excuse, man. If you're finding it hard, right, you need to ask yourself, are you the best version of yourself right now? And if the answer is no, that means that's where you need to start. You need to start on yourself first, right? And then slowly, you need to work your way up into building more confidence about yourself, making sure that you don't need validation from external factors, external people. And then you can slowly learn female nature and putting yourself in the deep end by speaking to women. That's the best thing. That's honestly the best thing. And my boy is a prime example that you can be short, but you can still bag 10 out of 10 girls, man. Right? That being said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as well. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.